Ist jetzt wieder groß schon gespeichert, ja, oder? Ja. Ist circa um 9.
Listen, Judith Lanster and Nina Fenley. Those two ladies are a must, you hear me? The guys, you can hire any old schmucks for. Just do what it takes to get those two on board.
But, sir,
You're talking about two of the biggest stars in the business. There's no way we could book one of them, let alone both.
You can and you will. You're a pro, aren't you? Yeah, act like one. Screw the budget and set the schedule on fire if you have to. As long as we've got Judith and Nina, we can sort it all out later. If anything goes awry, I'll take full responsibility. So don't you worry about a thing. Just go out there and get it done.
sir, I don't think a can-do attitude is going to cut it for this.
Well, someone's as passionate as ever.
Ha Prince Shareed! Fancy seeing you here.
Clearly, I brought on the right man for the job. I can already tell that this film festival of ours is going to be one for the history books. And not just the festival itself. The parade seems to be shaping up to be even more exciting than I imagined.
Your event's in good hands, Your Highness. I'll make this film festival hotter than anything they ever put on in Messeldom if it's the last thing I do. People don't want pomp and circumstance. They won't touch that crap with a 10-arch pole. No, what matters in movies is entertainment. I'm talking F&V. F***ing and violence, baby.
Director, I believe it would be more appropriate to call it a scintillating spectacle, yes?
Whoops! Slip of the tongue.
Your Highness, please restrain yourself.
Speaking of which, my dear Najee, I don't suppose I could persuade you to take part in our humble parade, could I? Your talent is otherworldly. It'd be a waste not to put it to good use.
Yes, that it would be. What say you, Najee? If you wish, you may.
My prince, if you get carried away, I won't hesitate to report you to your sister.
Ah, well, that won't be necessary. It was a jest, I assure you. Isn't that so, Mr. Gotti? Now, about the other candidates.
Give me a break. Just how long will those two keep up that nonsense? Gotti's popularity makes him a useful asset, but he and that prince are nearly impossible to control. Ah, well, the film festival has made it this far. Might as well use it to expand our market share and... Of all the times, why now?
I read the report on Longport. For such a complicated series of events, it was impressively digestible. Your remote management of the situation was superb as always, Kincaid.
You flatter me. Originally, I'd intended to travel there myself. Unfortunately, with a certain A-rank bracer operating within Heiyue territory, such a trip became infeasible.
Which led you to play your wild card in order to gain control. A wise decision. Doing so kept our sleeper agent stationed there out of trouble. I'm curious, is he another longtime friend of yours like that bracer?
I describe him more as a curse I can't be rid of.
Interesting. I heard he worked behind the scenes of Operation Meal Mirage as well. Speaking of Arkwright Solutions, can I get another update on their status? I'm curious to learn about their latest edition.
As you wish. I'll have one of my subordinates deliver it to you later. On that note, I'll be taking my leave. If you'll excuse me, Chief Ruran.
Of course. Keep up the good work. Quite a talented and driven man, that one. He may be a little too eager to take matters into his own hands at times, but I can't fault a young upstart for being ambitious. Still, the question remains as to how the Society is linked to both the Republic and Almada. Seeing as help will be arriving, perhaps it's time I reach out for a little catching up.
I hope you're not getting a cold.
Probably just a certain lady talking about me somewhere.
Back on topic, what were you saying, Alvis?
Oh, right. Just that we have more threats to keep our eyes on than just the usual suspects in the Society. Namely, that group that defeated the Eisenshield unit. While they aren't part of Almada per se, the two groups seem related.
Agreed. Though judging by the Almada executives that appeared in Longport, we'll have our hands full with them alone. That said, I do agree we'll need to add the group Melchior originally came from to our watch list. Not to mention all the potential interlopers from the east. All the while, the CID shows no interest in sharing information.
Those guys have only gotten stingier with time. And something tells me there's more to it than wanting to save face.
I have the same feeling. So for the time being, we're on our own.
Not quite. We can always call in a certain Spriggan for backup.
Why do you insist on relying on that criminal for help?
I protest as well, Jin. I'm more inclined to send you to get information out of the CID for us. Why don't you invite your master's daughter to dinner? You were students together, as I recall. I'm sure you two have a lot to talk about.
Have mercy on me. Man, you used to be such a softie. How'd you get so tough?
I owe it to years of training. By the way, my suggestion just now wasn't a joke. You are well acquainted with her. She once worked for the guild, and she has the former president's confidence, too. We'd get a lot more out of her than my old friend at the CID.
You do have a point.
You mean the flying swallow, right?
Ah, you made it!
Has it already been a year? And did you get taller?
Somehow, yeah. I think I'm done growing, though.
You're that ace bracer from the Empire, right?
I suppose. The name's Fee Clausel. Starting today, I'll be working with you all here in Calvert.
Pleasure in delirium. Get back here. No, please. This game of cat and mouse is over. Please wait, I can get the money. Just give me 3 days. No, 1 day is enough. I'm done giving extensions. I've been chasing you around like a damn fool, but this is the end of the line. Pay up right now, or you'll be sleeping with the fishes.
Okay, that's enough of that. Good job being intimidating and all, but it's way too early for all this damn noise.
Who the hell are you? Crap, this is none of your business.
That's where you're wrong.
pay up right now. You'll be... Yeah.
Oh, nice. I got a clear shot of your face, too. Look, dude, I get you're a loan shark, but aren't death threats pushing it a bit?
Wait, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not saying you should let your debtor off the hook, though. How about you lower his interest rate closer to what the big three banks give?
Mess with me, kid?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. What'll it be?
Fine. We'll give him a fair rate.
Job's done. Now pay this guy already so we can be done with this.
You just used a video to make him forgive all of my debt.
This isn't a charity, man. If I have to be the mediator, then I'm not playing favorites. You get me?
I get you. I'll pay him right away.
That's a wrap. What do you think?
Thought you'd screwed it up like 3 times there.
You really did great, though. Mission accomplished, as far as I can tell. I wish it could have been solved without intimidation, but I'm at least glad both sides came to an agreement. Did you ever have to handle situations like this in Longport, by any chance?
Sure did. Shit like this happens everywhere. Only difference is that the crooks in Longport play it safer because they don't want the hammer of Heyue coming down on them.
Interesting. I'm not sure how to respond to that.
So what's the verdict, Chief? Did I pass the test?
Kills me a little to say this, but you did good. But I've got my eye on you. Botch a job, I'll kick your ass to the curb. You hear?
Please, have a little faith in me. I'll be taking care of your old ass and the girls before you know it. Heads up, though. I'm a heartbreaker, so don't go falling in love with me.
He's serious, isn't he? That last comment aside, welcome to the team. Don't worry, I'm not interested in you at all. But I am looking forward to improving your fighting skills. Your form is a little too loose.
You talk a big game, small fry.
My name's actually Farida. Oh, but I also go by Fairy if you like that.
I'll call you whatever I want.
This guy.
I think the office is going to be quite a bit livelier from here on.
You're telling me. What happened to my rough and tumble lone wolf image? Can't you at least pretend I'm a little cool?
Oh, I never thought otherwise.
Anyway, it's almost 10. May as well head back to the office for now.
Works for me. We can swing by Monmar for an early lunch. The food's good and all, but I need me some more of that hot piece of a waitress.
Please don't bother, Paulette. Though I will agree that the food is delicious. The cream stew we had last night was delicious.
So, you want to go out for a drink or two tonight, Paulette?
You really shouldn't tease your elders, Aaron.
Hey! You leave Mommy alone!
This brat's something else.
I kind of feel like she's just brushing him off, though.
So, we're going to be splitting up this afternoon? Yeah, because we've got more people now. I'm obviously gonna be one of the ones working outside, but I'm gonna have one of you come with me too. The remaining 2 will either be standing by here in the office, or out gathering info and looking into Sphinx separately. And then if we get a job that needs more manpower, like say a monster extermination gig, we recruit for it. That's good. I don't want to go around all buddy-buddy with everyone all the time either. That's not a very nice thing to say, but it does sound pretty efficient to me too. We don't have any subcontracted work right now, but that could change any second. Either way, the main team's focus is going to be patrolling districts where it feels like something might happen while watching the OSBGs. Where something might happen? Can you really tell that? Makes sense to me. After you've lived in a place long enough to know it like your own backyard, you just know when something smells off. Really? There's always stuff you're gonna miss if you don't go looking around, so that's what we're gonna do. Life's full of surprises, especially in a field like this. But that's why we need to split up and be flexible. I have to work very hard not to be the one holding the whole team back. There's no need to think that hard about it. Other than the fact we're splitting up, everything else is gonna be the same as it always was. Anyway, looks like it's noon already. Then let's get to work. Now it's my turn to see what you guys can do. Bleiben wir beim Standard. Was habe ich bekommen? Schon wieder vergessen. 17 Stück. War glaube ich irgendwas hier. Genau, Trailing. Der ist schick. Was hier? Wen gibt man den Ring? Ja. Drop Rate kann ich überleben inzwischen. Leute, voll von Death Blows. Mindestens er sollte einigermaßen resistent dagegen sein. Vielleicht schifft das gleich für volle Resistenz. Wir sehen, wie das stackt. Hier wieder irgendwas abgeschlossen. Oh. Noch mehr weiter nicht. Und das war Moment. Ich guck, was ab's runter. 50 Hit Jane. Ja, was ist hier gleich? Alle Läden kontrollieren können. Vom Computer aus. Machen wir auch. Einmal Computer kontrollieren. Brauchst jetzt keine Hobbys überhaupt am Tag rufen. Oh.
What can I get you?
Nichts Neues. Moment. Okay, richtig gut. Noch besser. Button. Farben. Das Heil-Items wurde ja mal gezeigt. Mehr braucht ich erstmal nicht.
Here's your delivery.
Off we go.
All right.
Change of heart. I need to have something returned to its rightful place, and I'd like you to help with that. I'll be waiting on the bridge in Riverside. There's still a lingering scent. Gotta check the other bulletin boards. Na, schauen wir uns mal alles haben.
Taking off now.
All these shops are so nice.
Hey, did you see? There's a new movie.
All right.
Lost lover. My boyfriend has been missing for nearly a month now. Could you help me look for him? I'll be waiting at the rest area next to Brothers Music Shop. To the next ball.
Let's do this. All right. Time to hunt down that good old bulletin board.
QA testing. Hello, I'm currently developing a full body experience mystery game, and I would love for you and yours to participate as testers. If you solve all the puzzles and review the experience, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time. Okay, sense gone. Means all the boards have been checked. That means we have a total of 3 tasks to take care of today. We've got to take care of at least 2 jobs today. Oh, this job looks interesting. You want us to test some kind of mystery solving game? Man, can I get normal requests for once? And why the hell do they need a spriggan for it? Full body part does have me curious though. Sounds like fun. I mean, fair. Guess it wouldn't hurt to at least read the pamphlet they gave us. Let's see here. Princess in peril. Save the kingdom's fair maiden. The hell? The kingdom of Edith is in chaos, for its fair princess has been kidnapped. Edith calls upon you, O gallant knight, to save her from those villains. Collect the 3 keys and free the princess from her hidden prison. Wow, they really went all in on the setup. We're citizens of the kingdom of Edith, of course. Off to rescue our princess? It sounds kind of fun. Sounds harmless enough. Oh, I think this card here is our first clue. First key lies hidden within the Seiden district. Seek the mistress Taylor on the cutting edge of fashion. Well, that's pretty specific. Helps us narrow it down. Guess if we ain't got anything better to do, we can give this a look.
Time to start working.
Gonna eat something? Hey, welcome. Thanks, pal.
Your heels. Schmeckt best. Was verkauft mir das Hotel?
Need something?
Rezept für Coffee?
Please come again.
Off we go.
Okay.
Shop some lunch.
Oh, I'm so in
Welcome to Erland, sir. We
Oh.
have full confidence in our products.
Auch mit.
We await your next
Welcome to Erland. We have outfits for the discerning lady and gentleman. Our clothes suit any age and gender, handcrafted with our philosophy in mind. Here at Erland, we work to draw out your true inner beauty, to help you be who you really are. And we hope we can help you show your true colors yourself. Ja, ich will aber wegen der Quest, ja. Oh yeah, we got that mystery solving thingy. Mistress Taylor on the cutting edge of fashion, huh? Manager here fits the bill. Do you have a minute? We're doing this mystery solving game thing. Said to look for a Mistress Taylor. That you by chance? My, I wasn't expecting anyone to figure it out that quickly. I am indeed the mistress, you see. I am the royal family's personal tailor. And since I have a key, you must have figured out that I am complicit in the princess's kidnapping as well. Unless I am unmasked. Goffing, you're way more into this than I was expecting. Well, I see what they mean by full body now. Should we get in character ourselves, maybe? Now that I've been found out, oh dear, what's the conspirator like me to do? I'll give you the key if you just let me go. I promise. To be honest, I was against kidnapping her from the start, truly. But a certain someone gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. Treasure beyond my wildest dreams. I simply had to play along. Evidently, bribery is a big problem in this kingdom. Who's the certain someone, though? Oh, forgive me, I just can't say. But a promise is a promise. Here's the first key and the next clue. Best of luck. Ben retrieved the first key. Ready for the next puzzle? Let me take a look. Look to the river for your next key, where a metal box ferries passengers underground. The man watching over it holds the key. A metal box by the river, it says. I can only think of one place that fits the description. I'll be watching over your progress, if you don't mind. Only you can set her free, brave knight. Her fate is in your hands. Whew. Right, how did I do? Pretty good. Sold the whole corrupt 8 thing pretty well. Damn it, now I'm invested. Feel like I gotta see the game to the end now. Well, thank you. This has been a fun change of pace for me. Well then, shall we go search for the next key? Trifft mich ganz gut, denn das klingt sehr nach River District.
Then let's head over.
Well, where'd you next?
Okay, so here we are. Right at the entrance to the Riverside subway. It said look to the river and where a metal box ferries passengers underground. It's gotta mean here. Let's go underground then. Man watching over it holds the key. Yo, we're playing a puzzle game right now. I take it you're the one watching over the second key? Very astute. You'd be correct. Before you stands the supervisor of the Kingdom of Edith's underground mine. With the subterranean tunnels known only to me, whisking away the princess was child's play. Looks like he's really gotten into this. So you were the one who kidnapped her then? In one sense, yes. I did little more than carry her off to her prison, however. It was someone else who hatched the plot to take her there. I assume you want to know who, but you will get nothing more from me. If you desire the truth, it lies beyond the next mystery. Here's the second key as a reward for your cunning. Jumping straight to the next one, huh? Let's see. The final key is in the Tyrell district. The ever-resourceful guide of the theater has it on their person. This one's in Tyrell. The ever-resourceful guide of the theater? Maybe it's some kind of code. At this point, I'm kinda curious about the ending, honestly. Let's get a move on. Aber wenn wir hier sind, schauen wir erstmal in die andere Quest rein. Was will Bruno von uns? Hey there, old man. You Bruno? Who are you? A spring looking for work. I'm with Arkwright Solutions. Mind if we talk about the job? The job's exactly as I described in the posting. I'm getting old, so I figured it was about time for me to sort things out before I pass on. I want you to get this thing back to its proper owner. Bruno drew an item out from his pocket. A locket? This photo. This isn't yours, right? That's right, this locket belongs to a stranger. I used to make a living as a thief long ago. I stole this. Just to be clear, I don't do that anymore. Life's taking its turns for me. I've actually heard about you, Bruno. You were a pretty famous thief. Rumor has it no lock had been invented you couldn't break into. Though all the legends are from when you were young, so everyone thought you'd given it up. I guess the rumor was true. Oh, you know me? You could have said so before I bothered explaining then. But whatever, it's been 20 years since I stole this locket. It ain't the kind of thing you'd get good money out of, so I kept it with me instead of selling it. After hearing some rumors about you, Spriggan, I figured it'd be better to see if you can return it for me before I just pitch it in the trash. So, how about it? Will you take the job? Natürlich. Sure, we'll take the job. Obvious question. A Do you know where the owner is? I want you to return the logger to the boy in the photograph. Of course, it's been 20 years, so I'm sure he's that much older by now. I suppose he would be in his late 20s by now. Would you happen to know where he is now? How should I know? Finding that out is your job. Can't even throw me a bone here? I stole it when I was hitting the Maserati Hotel's guest rooms over on Seiden. It was quite the event at the time, from what I hear. The hotel staff might know more about it, so try asking them. We should find a member of the hotel staff who might know about the events that took place then. I assume you can handle it from there. Let me know once you've returned it. I'll send over your payment then. There he goes. I guess our next stop is the hotel in Seiden. Let's go look into this. Yes.
Time to start working.
Ready?
Let's do this.
Right.
Right.
A droplet of paradise.
Hey, did you see? There's a new hey.
Excuse me, are you Amy? We are from Arkwright Solutions. Did you need our help with something? Oh, yes I do. Thank you guys for coming. I can't believe you are actually real. Not to be rude, but do you mind if I get straight to business and explain what I need? Not at all. Let's get down to it. Basically, you want us to search for your missing boyfriend, right? Could you tell us about what happened leading up to his disappearance? Sure. So my boyfriend's name is Mark. We've been going out for 4 years now. Things have been great between us, except he's in a gang. They've had him do shady jobs and all kinds of bad things since he joined, from what I can tell. That's why when I knew he was missing, I couldn't turn to the police. And that's why you turned to us. That makes sense. Yes, exactly. But I should make something clear about Mark. He might be in a gang, but deep down he's such a reasonable, honest guy, really. Once we started dating, he promised me he would get his act together and change his ways. I was even thinking about marrying him in the future. Then a month ago, he told me that he was finally going to leave the gang for good. That's the last I ever heard from him. I haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. So he vanished right as he was about to pull out, huh? That's some timing. Any number of things could have happened, but it all definitely raises some eyebrows. You know the name of the gang he belongs to, by any chance? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Desire, or something along those lines. That's all I really know. He never went into any more detail beyond the name when he talked. Have you heard of them, Van? Oh yeah, I've heard the name come up here and there recently. Can't say I know all that much about them myself though. If we decide to search for this guy, we'll have to see what we can learn about them first. I tried as much as I could to look into it, but I couldn't figure out where Mark went. You guys are the only hope I have now. Please, is there any way you could possibly help? Sure, I don't see why not. Consider us on board. Oh, thank you. You don't know how much that means to me. Don't go thanking us just yet. We haven't even gotten started. Let's review what we know and then figure out our plan of attack. Basically, our man Mark was determined to get out of Desire so he could live clean. But after making that intention clear, he's been incommunicado for a month, which brings us to today. Given what we know, it's entirely possible he ran into some kind of trouble once he actually tried to leave. If we could find someone who knows about the gang, it might be a good idea to ask if they have any idea what happened. How does that sound, Van? You read my mind. I think I know just the person we should hit up. If we're talking about a gangster here, then chances are good he's had his fair share of weapon business to take care of from time to time. Might want to stop by the gun shop in the department store over on Station Street and have a talk with the shopkeeper. Wow, you guys are already on top of things. I'm so glad I decided to reach out to you. Well, thanks for helping me find Mark. I leave it in your capable hands to figure out things now. You can always count on us professionals. We'll contact you again once we have more information about him. Till then, sit tight.
Well, we're on the clock now.
So, letzter Schlüssel. The clue we got mentions an ever-resourceful guide of the theater. If I had to guess, it's probably talking about this guy who works at Esprit Cinema, one way to find out. Wait a second. We're taking part in this riddle game that's being tested right now. You the ever-resourceful guide of the theater that's got the last key we're looking for by any chance? Unbelievable to think someone has reached the likes of me at long last. Yes, what you say is true. I serve the kingdom of Edith as a humble member of this theatrical company. Long have I waited the arrival of one who would come for my key, and it seems as though the time is finally upon me. You've been waiting for us, huh? That's a new one. That's not what your pals said. You're different from them somehow? That I am. As it so happens, I was once part of the Knights Brigade. Circumstances have since seen me in the employ of this troop. However, my loyalty to the Edith royal family remains as unwavering as ever. Indeed, upon catching wind of a plot by a certain count to imprison the princess, I saw fit to infiltrate the enemy's ranks. I lacked the means to stop the count's scheme. That is why I have sought someone to whom I could entrust my key, and at last, they have arrived. Well then, this story is getting a little dramatic. And with that, I shall now leave the last key in your capable hands. Thanks. You won't regret it. From the way you're talking, it sounds like you know who's behind all of this. Care to fill us in? Certainly. The man who imprisoned our fair princess is none other than Count Ioda. He is a vile man who oppresses the people of his dominion, thus the royal family saw fit to punish him for his misdeeds. As a result, the Count came to harbor a profound grudge against them, which has led to today's tragic state of affairs. Gotcha. I guess that'll do it. But fear not, justice is on our side, for the Count's own butler, Ilhan, is of the same mind as myself. Give unto him the 3 keys that you have assembled, and he shall be able to free the princess at long last. Good luck. The fate of our Royal Highness now rests within your hands. Please do not let the kingdom down. We won't. I swear to it. Whoops, I got into the moment more than I expected now. That almost felt real. Guess that's what happens when we're dealing with an actor who goes method. Anyway, looks like our next stop is this Count Ioda's manor, wherever that might be. Ioda and Ilhan. I've heard those names somewhere before. There might not be a riddle attached to this key, but it sounds like we'll have to go searching for one more place. Isn't there a cafe in town with the name Ioda? I'm sure we'll run into it if we walk around long enough. Let's roll.
The showing on screen 1 will soon be...
Oh.
Let's do this.
Reise durch die komplette Stadt. Ja, ist ja auch. Alright, here's the Maserati. 20 years ago, Bruno stole a luggage from a guest staying here. Do I have that right? Let's see if we can talk to someone who was around at the time. Yeah, but we can't just walk up and ask. That'd be a bit suspicious. Best course of action would be finding an employee and sort of working our way toward that slowly. Hey, sorry to interrupt. We're from Arkwright Solutions and we're trying to dig up some info on a case that happened here. Do you remember any instances of theft here at this hotel around 20-ish years ago? Theft? Let me think. I've been working here for a while, but I don't remember hearing about anything like that. I see. Thank you. We did have a major incident here 20 years ago, but I don't think it's what you're referring to. Oh? What happened? Well, I prefer to keep this on the down low, but if it helps the investigation. 20 years ago, the hotel was attacked by terrorists. Terrorist attack? I'd never heard of it, and so close to home too. Yes, claimed the life of Senator Taylor and his family. The staff at the time had no idea what to make of it. Some of us thought it was some sort of conspiracy. Man, the whole family just got wiped out like that? Well, we're not 100% sure. The government quickly swooped in and kept all the information under wraps. In truth, we still don't know if there were any survivors among his family. Oh, but now that I think about it, Senator Polanski may know more about the incident. He and Taylor were colleagues, I believe. Alright, thanks. I'll chat him up. So Bruno said he stole someone's locket, but would it have had something to do with the terrorist attack too? Yeah, let's not be suspicious too, but let's do some more digging before we jump to conclusions. Schnell hier durchskippen.
Can we talk?
Hey there, sorry to butt in. We're from Arkwright Solutions and we're digging around for some info on an incident that happened here. Mind if we pull you aside for a sec? I see. Well, yes, I don't mind. May I step away for a bit, Jennifer? Of course. I'll be here enjoying my tea. An incident, you say? What might you be referring to and what would I know about it? It's about Senator Taylor, that incident 20 years ago. Who told you? I have my sources. I've got something to deliver to his next of kin, if he's got any. Actually, just to make sure, can you confirm this guy in the photo here is Taylor? Been an age since I've seen that face. That's him, yes. So, does that mean Bruno wasn't just committing a robbery, he was connected to the terrorist attack too? You mind filling us in on what happened that day? Well, if it would help your investigation, I suppose I can tell you what I know. Taylor was a fellow Republican Party member. He and I weren't particularly close, but I respected him as a political ally. He was especially active on the subject of race relations. He had a flair for these passionate, fiery speeches in Parliament. I see. I remember reading that racial tensions were rising at the time due to increasing immigration. That lasted all the way until President Rocksmith helped quell the tensions. Yeah, but right at his highest, he got wiped out just like that. I'll never forget that night. He was staying here for a family vacation. They came into the hotel in the dead of night and gunned him down in his sleep. I heard his son miraculously survived, but both he and his wife were killed. Man, I had no idea. Do you know where the kid is now? I'm afraid I don't, sorry. But he was good friends with a man named Huck, if memory serves. He may be able to help you. Last I heard, he was living in Old Town. If his address hasn't changed since then, you can find him there. A Huck living in Old Town? Would it be? Yep, our favorite old bathhouse ledge, if I had to bet. 50 Mira says he's at the Loyally right now. Ah, you're acquainted? Good, good. That should make things easier. Best of luck with your investigation. Taylor's son deserves closure on that terrible, terrible day.
Off we go.
This place never changes.
Thank you for visiting the Weston Department Store.
Waffenladen?
Let me ask you something.
Stores have a wide variety.
Welcome. Oh, if it ain't Wayne. What can I do for you today? I'm here on a job. Wanted to ask you a question. You ever heard of a delinquent group going by the name Desire? Oh yeah, nasty bunch, a lot of them. They ain't got a lick of scruples. They'll even take jobs from A. Violence, blackmail, you name it. Their leader's supposed to be pretty smart too. God, it sounds like a load of trouble to be honest. That leader and one of his goons came here about a month ago. Bought 2 large caliber orbital guns and left. I'd rather not sell our goods to folks like those, but business is business. Month ago. You don't happen to know the name of the person accompanying that leader, do you? I think I do. Mark, if memory serves me well. Jackpot, we finally found him. Anything else you can recall? Remember I'm talking about Mark taking on this big job so he could split from the team. Guns they got were the real deal, heavy stuff, bigger and meaner than anything a common gangster should be hauling around. Hawk was a ball of nerves when I handed him to him. So we are dealing with a gangster taking on a big enough job that he needs to bust out the big guns for it. Also, he could leave him? Just hearing that is very ominous. That's all I remember. If you need any more info on Mark, maybe get it straight from the horse's mouth and just ask someone from Desire directly. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Can you point me at someone in particular? Sure can. You know Eddie, the son of the Newberry General Store's owner? He's part of their gang. Oh right. Heard he was going through a bit of a rebellious phase lately. But I didn't think he'd end up joining Desire. I don't know where he is right now though. Well, Newberry's as good a place to start as any. We're off to Old Town then? Thanks for the help. Don't mention it. Actually, I have something else for you. Heard this story through the Orbelnet recently. Took a while to reach my ears. Something about these Jäger Corps that got wiped out right in the outskirts of Baum. You hear about it? That's not a name you hear often. Baum's up in the northeast, right? First I've heard of it. How come you're telling us this? Rumor has it that those Jäger Corps were hired by someone outside the country. Most people speculate the carnage might have been Ace doing. It's got potential to mess with my weapon supply routes, so I was hoping you'd heard something. Right not? Sorry. But I'll keep you in the know if I do hear anything. Might be something to keep in mind. Yoda?
Thank you for visiting the Weston Department.
This place never changes.
The next appointment's at...
They call it an Orbital Cafe. Oh, that's great.
This place's name is Ayoda. Ilhan's the owner's name. We're in the endgame now, literally. You must be Ilhan, correct? Count Ayoda's butler? You know my name? Then you must have come to save the princess. Sure have, and we got all 3 keys too. Ben handed the 3 keys together to Ilhan. You actually brought them. These are indeed the keys we need to unlock the princess's cell. You may finally walk free once more. Such a relief to hear that. But will you be okay? Won't you face consequences for your betrayal of the Count? Maybe I'm taking this game too seriously. You're absolutely right. I'm sure to pay a price for this. Perhaps the steepest price of all. But I'm only standing before you today because of the royal family. I could not live with myself if I didn't help them in their hour of need. I will go and set the princess free now. Can I ask you to wait here while I do so? Sure. Wonder who's playing the princess. I'm so excited for the finale. They put so much effort into the whole production. Thank you for your patience. I've brought the princess here with me. Nice, we finally get to... So you are the kind strangers who rescued me, are you? Thank you so much. The Kingdom of Edith will never forget this kindness. Oh, come on. At least put some oomph into it. Don't drop the ball at the end. Well, I didn't see this coming. I'm sorry, we couldn't find anyone to play the role of the princess in time. Thanks for helping out, Ilhan. Don't mention it. I had a lot of fun. I'd be happy to help out again if you have any other roles for me. I'll leave it to you then. See you around. Well, can you tell me what you thought of the game then? Honestly, it was more fun than I expected it to be. You clearly put a lot of effort into both the puzzles and the setting. The story being so dramatic helped to draw us into it too. I wasn't sure if there was really a mystery game like this. But judging by your reactions, it looks like I was worrying for nothing. Yeah, you could always try a different setting if you want to shake things up a little. I'm gonna stick to the Kingdom and Princess setting. Yep, that's the plan. I've always had trouble getting people to take an interest in my ideas. Many feel like puzzle games are just inaccessible. But if I can nail the settings, then maybe that'll draw people in. And then they'll realize how much fun they can be. Always good to see someone enjoying their hobby. Yeah, but I don't plan on keeping it a hobby. I want to set up an event planning company and take it to the next level. Anyhow, my confidence is soaring sky high now with a glowing review coming from our famous Spriggan. I am heading home to start working on the next game.
All in a day's work. Reward deposited.
No, Level 2.
Let's do this.
Oh, why, hello.
Can we talk?
Come on, it's just 5,000 Mira. You can lend me that much. Call it my wage for helping around the store. Again with that nonsense? They wouldn't call doing something for a few minutes before flaking out helping at all. Sorry to interrupt. I know you're in the middle of something, but do you think we could talk? Oh, sorry Van. Didn't mean for you to see that. What can I do for you? Back off, asshole. Can't you see me and the old lady are having an important conversation right now? Hey, that's no way to talk to a customer. What are you gonna do about it? Maybe we should try again later. What? Chill out, folks. We wanted to talk to Eddie, actually. Can you give us a sec? What? Me? What do you want? If it's him you're after, take a conversation outside. He'll scare away businesses if he's inside much longer. I've seen you guys around the shop before. What do you want? This is strictly business. We're investigating something for a client. What can you tell us about a guy named Mark? Oh, it's in the same gang as you, right? Desire? That guy? Why should I tell you anything? I don't owe you people. Please, you should really reconsider. We were hired by Mark's girlfriend. She was worried because she hasn't been able to contact him. We're looking into things for her. Oh, so that's what's going on? Alright. You can see why you'd want to put her mind at ease. It'd suck if they bumped into each other one day and she had no idea what's been going on. You just want to talk, yeah? Nothing more? That wasn't hard. Yeah, that's all we need. Whatever you know, anything helps. Well, I don't got much for ya. Mark asked to be cut loose from the gang a while back. They let him go. Haven't heard much from him since. Been quiet. Wait, you're saying he's already out of the gang? That's right, and I don't think it was out of the blue or nothing. They'd apparently been thinking about it for a while. About a month ago, our boss agreed to let him go on one condition. Alright, we're getting somewhere. What condition? As I hear it, we'd just gotten a big job from Almada. They had some beef with this other group that's been hiring Jaegers or something. Mark was supposed to infiltrate their base and get some intel on him. That sounds really dangerous. He could get caught by the Jaegers. Not the kind of gig you'd expect to make it back alive from, that's for sure. But he's out now, so something must have gone right, yeah? That's what you heard? Something like that. Looks like the crazy bastard pulled it off. Can't imagine shit was easy though. The Jaegers are in Baum. That's a long ways away. Baum. It also came up when we visited the gun shop earlier. Pieces keep clicking into place. We ain't sure yet. We got no hard evidence on it. While you're here, can you think of anyone else that might know what's going on with Mark? Yeah, I know a guy. Mark always talked about this childhood friend of his, named Simon, I think. If I'm remembering correctly, he said Simon's the basketball team captain over at Seiden. Must be nice having a cool friend like that. I'm gonna pull off something real badass one of these days, and then all the senior members will finally want to hang out with me. Then our next stop's the Seiden district. Thanks for that. Owe you one. Yeah, whatever. Don't go wasting that info, okay? Dude just wants to be cool. Das ist alles, was er will. Einfach nur cool sein.
Can we talk?
Hey there. You folks look pretty glum. What's going on? We're in the middle of investigating a politician for a job, you see? Now I understand. You've left no stone unturned, eh? You've dug up a lot of stuff meant to stay buried. Anyway, yes. Tyler and I were good friends. We'd debate about all sorts of things over drinks, like policies to diminish racial disparity and such. I've always wondered what this man gets up to here. Now I'm even more curious. That's cause Huck manages a well-established investment firm. People like that always have connections with the top brass calling. Oh, that makes sense. It's okay. I'd rather stay like that. I prefer how people treat me when they don't know. Back on track. This guy's son is still alive, yeah? You got any idea where he went? That I do. His name is Roderick. After the attack, I believe he went to live with some relatives in Altair. As for what he's up to these days, I have no clue. Gotcha. Back to looking for someone who does then. Actually, one more question while I still got you here. Do you know what happened to the culprit? Culprits, actually, but I do. There were two of them. They went on the run after the fact, but got caught sometime later. Their testimony suggested that there had been some friction for a while. They mentioned something about an intruder letting the kid get away, and that they thought someone was selling them out. From what I understand, Roderick's own recollection of what happened is pretty hazy. I'm curious about this intruder letting the kid escape. You're right, it's nothing short of a miracle. Then maybe... Oh, now that I think about it, I might know somebody who'd have an idea about Roderick's whereabouts these days. You should talk to the editor-in-chief of the Tyrell Times. He was all over that whole case back in the day. With any luck, she might still be keeping up with it. Wouldn't hurt to ask, at the very least. Good to know. Hopefully we'll save us the trouble of sniffing out the info ourselves. Thanks, Huck. Oh, you won. I won't say no to gratuity. I think some milk gelato will do just fine as thanks after a long soak. Sure thing. I'll remember to hook you up with some later. I suppose our next destination is the Tyrell Times then. Zum Orbel-Shop gehen. Mal schauen, ob was es da Neues gibt. Ich will nur einkaufen.
Do you know what you want?
Das will ich nicht,
I hope to see you again.
Need something fixed?
Stolz auf Gott. Wie geguckt, ob ich überhaupt was reinsetzen kann.
Come again.
Big Brain. Platz aufmachen, aber nicht gucken, ob ich überhaupt was habe.
New shard skill added.
Check.
That's a single element slot.
Nichts. Okay.
Switching to maintenance mode. Single element slot accessed.
Nicht.
Maintenance mode engaged. Shard skills updated. That one's a single element slot. Looks like a new shard skill. Shard skills updated.
Right.
Maintenance mode activated. That's a single element slot. Looks like a new shard. That's a single element slot, boss.
Ich bin auf Green eingestellt. Ich frage auch nur Green.
Skill loadout updated. Skill loadout up. That's a single element slot. Skill loadout updated.
If you want.
Right?
Then let's head over. All these shops are so nice.
Hey, did you see? There's a new movie.
Can we talk?
Hey there, Chief. Got an assignment right now. I was hoping we could talk to you about if you got a minute. Van Arkwright, we meet again. You know any good reporter doesn't give up her scoops without a good reason. Tell me what brings you here and we'll take it from there. Oh, I think you'll be pretty interested in this one. It's got to do with a terrorism case from a couple decades ago I'm told you know about. You see? I see someone's done their homework. Definitely earning your keep on this assignment of yours, I see. Alright, I'll bite. I'll tell you what I know. But in exchange, you have to promise to report back on how everything turns out once it's over. Deal? Why? Thinking of turning this into an article or something? More or less. Certainly has the makings for a story worth bringing to light. If it turns out I'm wrong, no problem. I'll keep it to myself. Works for me, you got yourself a deal. So as it happens, I'm still investigating that case, even if it's never been made public. Partly it's to bring justice for the surviving family, but also to keep the pressure on anti-immigrant groups that would do such a thing. Suffice it to say, I'm well aware of what Roderick's up to these days. You are? What is he doing now? Once he grew up, Roderick became a young entrepreneur. And a promising one at that. Verkauft PDFs online oder sowas, gell? He travels around cutting business deals, but he keeps Edith as his home base. I've interviewed him on a number of occasions over the years, not just as a survivor of the case, but also to discuss his business ventures. Sounds like an impressive guy. Must have inherited his dad's ambition to make a difference. I can try to call him on his mobile terminal and arrange a meeting for you if you like. I can't make any promises, but do you want me to try? Sure, I'd appreciate that. Hi Roderick, how are you? This is Editor-in-Chief Sullivan from the Tyrol Times. I wanted to ask. You're all set. Luckily for you, he just so happens to be nearby. He said he would wait for you later at the terrace over by the station. Awesome, that worked out perfect then. There's more. There's something else he was hoping you two could do for him in return. He wants you to bring your client, the owner of the locket, with you when you meet him. He wants to meet Bruno? I suppose that's a perfectly reasonable thing to ask, though I don't know if he'll agree to it. We won't know for sure until we ask him. We'll bring it up when we give him our progress report. Fingers crossed. Good luck, Spriggan. Make sure to come talk to me once everything's over. Yeah, I will. A deal's a deal. Alright, let's ring the guy up and get this show on the road. Hey, this is Van Arkwright from Arkwright Solutions. I wanted to ask. Great, see you then. What did he say? Didn't say much. For now we're just linking up at the Riverside Bridge. We'll fill him in on everything once we meet him in person. Oh, okay. Well, I'm ready when you are.
Then let's head over.
I was hoping to hear from you, Spriggan. But I figured it wouldn't be until you'd returned the locket. What's this about? First off, I want to make sure we're on the same page. Let me give you a progress report on our investigation. Alright then, let's hear it. Van explained what they'd learned about the terrorist attack on the Maserati Hotel. Finally, they told Bruno they'd managed to get in contact with Senator Taylor's son Roderick. Well, you certainly picked up the trail quick. You said you robbed the hotel, but this photo is of two of the terrorist attack's victims. Thought you might have been the terrorist behind the attack, but I've changed my mind since. My guess is you just did exactly what you said, robbed the hotel. Just so happened that you were in the middle of it when the place was hit by terrorists, yeah? Those kinds of coincidences only occur in stories. But that ridiculous scenario is exactly what happened that day. The only thing that seemed plausible. So the person that intervened and saved Roderick's life at the time would have been, to make it sound more honorable than it was, a wasn't out to save a kid. My mind was on all the dead people at the time. I thought that, hey, with people dying all around me, no one would miss a thing or two. Man, aren't you a nice fella? Guess the locket's one of those missing things. Even then, Roderick still wants to meet you. Wait, what? He asked us to bring you to him when we hand over the locket, actually. That's ridiculous. How do you want me to face him now? Aren't you worried about him yourself, Bruno? You want to know how the child from back then is doing. Otherwise, you wouldn't have asked us to give the locket back to him. If you ask me, you should stop skulking about and just talk to him. Damn it, it's not that easy. He just needs one more push. It'd be best if he was honest about being the guy that stole the locket. But if he doesn't wanna, then maybe he could go under the guise of being someone else. Be honest. Best to stop with the lies, just pretend himself as the thief. Stop making excuses and do it already. I don't know what Roderick's out to get from this meeting with you, but the worst that can happen will be you reaping what you've sown. You're right. If I'm going to go this far, I might as well have the courage to take the last step. Would you guys be... We're from Arkwright Solutions. You're Roderick, I take it? That's right. I'm the only survivor of the terrorist attack you've been investigating. I was only a kid at the time. Let me start by giving you this locket back then. Thank you very much. I'll be sure to treasure it. I take it you're the one that had it this whole time? Yeah, his name's Bruno. He's the man who stole it from the hotel you were staying at 20 years ago. And you're the thief who just so happened to target our room the same day those terrorists came for us. I heard you told the police that you didn't remember anything at the time. I thought you'd have forgotten me. Oh, I would never forget you. Then why did you cover for me? No, I suppose it doesn't matter at this point. I'm sorry. I may not have been the man that killed your parents, but I still let them die. If you want revenge, I'll take it. You can even turn me into the cops if you want. I won't resist. Bruno. For 20 years I've wanted to meet you. For 20 years I wanted to say something to you. Thank you. Thank you for saving my life. What? When I woke up that night, the first thing I saw was two men standing by my parents' bed. Both of them drenched in blood. It was too late for my parents. I was so scared that I couldn't move. It would have been too late for me too if you hadn't appeared then. You didn't hesitate. You looked me in the eyes and immediately took my hand and led me out of the room. I admit I noticed you pocketing Mom's locket as you did. I guess he wasn't willing to pass up on the opportunity. But you still saved my life. You told me not to tell anyone about you after you left, and I listened. You were my hero, still are. That's why I never told the police or my relatives about you. You've been my secret this whole time. Tough nut to crack, huh? You idiot, I'm no hero. I just didn't think I was on a chance on a murder scene and I let you away without even thinking about it. Then you had to go and thank me after that. You sounded so pitiful. That one thing's continued to haunt me all these years. I started making more and more mistakes until I finally gave up thieving. Really? I'm very sorry about that. Ah, get that smile off your face. But I guess that means it's thanks to you that I was able to change. I should be thanking you, not the other way around. It makes me genuinely happy to hear I was able to do something for you after everything you did for me. You sure are a piece of work, old man. Still, it sounds like this was a happy ending for everyone. The party kept Bruno and Roderick company as the two of them talked for a while longer. Eventually, they saw Roderick off, who, as much as he wished he could stay, was forced to leave for a business meeting. Well, I'm gonna head off. I'll make sure to wire you your money later. Cheers. Listen, this is all thanks to you guys. What's that? Can you say that again? Ah, forget it. See ya. He's not one for being honest with his feelings, is he? You're right about that one. After Bruno departed, Van contacted Editor-in-Chief Sullivan to update her on what happened. She concluded that there was no reason to publish what they had learned, as there were no threats to the public. And so it was that, unbeknownst to the world, the story of the former thief and the locket he stole came to a happy end.
All in a day's work.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Quest 2 von 3, noch eine. Oh, sounds like I've got mail. Who's it from? It's from the CID. They've got another job for us. Memorial Park extermination. We've recently received reports of a dangerous monster in the area. Location: depths of Dirk Memorial Park. Monster unidentified. Requesting Arkwright Solutions handle this immediately. Typical monster extermination gig, looks like. We'll be heading to Dirk Memorial Park. Oh really? I believe that's on the outskirts of the city. Would have been nice if they picked someplace closer, but oh well. Hold up. What's with all the extra line breaks? Wait.
Yes. Make sure you treasure all of your memories.
That guy's a pain in the neck sometimes. So, what should we do? Well, the pay's decent enough, I guess. I think snatching it out of the guild's grubby paws is the play here. We're gonna need to take the car though. So let's get back to the garage once we're done with everything else. Nee, wir müssen erstmal hier. Wir haben noch eine unfertige
Taking off
Quest.
now.
Runde Basketball spielen.
Let me ask you something.
Heard some b-ball team from Sidon's been making waves lately. This guy looks like the team captain. Hey there, got time for a quick question? Yeah, what's up? We're from Arkwright Solutions and we're working on an investigation right now. You know anything about a guy named Mark who hangs around with Desire? Mark, huh? Yeah, I know him. You looking into him? Yes, we received a request from his girlfriend. She hasn't heard from him in over a month, so she'd like us to find him. What I understand, you've been buds with him since you were kids. You got any idea what he's been up to lately? So she ain't heard from him either. I'd kinda been expecting bad news, but man, he really went and screwed himself over, didn't he? Sounds like you know something about what he's gotten himself into. Care to elaborate? Well, if Amy sent you, then I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I figure you guys know what's best for him, right? So, a month ago I got this letter from him, and it's weird because he never does that, ever. That they gave him a job to sneak into some Jäger camp outside of Worm City. Why? You know. He told me it was some kind of trial. They were gonna have him go out there by himself and scout the enemy or something. Oh no. He sent me that message the night before he was supposed to go. You could tell he was shaking when he wrote it. He said, I don't know if I'm coming back from this one, man. Wrote about Amy too. If I don't make it home, tell her I ran off with some other girl. I don't want her grieving for me. Stupid son of a bitch. He didn't want her to grieve. He should have come back alive. Been with him since we were kids, and I couldn't help him when he needed it most. Frigging... Sorry, just... I need a sec to cool off. It hurts, man. No problem. Take your time. I think we got the gist of this now. We got a foreign power that picked up some Jaegers to try and do something about you-know-who. And they responded by getting Desire to do some dirty work and rough up that same Jaeger squad for him. And Mark was the unlucky bastard they picked for the job. But then A-raided the Jaeger detachment themselves. That lines up with what Eddie said, doesn't it? In that case, Mark may still be alive. We can't rule out that he might have gotten out of that safely. It's possible, yeah. We just don't have enough info to go on as of yet. We should try to find that article Sylvie told us about. What does it say? I'll read it. Headline. Jaeger Corps suddenly gunned down outside Bomb City. According to local reports, a Jaeger formation outside Bomb City suddenly and violently engaged with an unknown aggressor. However, both sides retreated without a trace afterward, leaving little evidence behind. Authorities did find the body of a young man not far from the scene of the incident. Oh. Forensic analysis indicated that the boy died 1 or 2 days before the incident is thought to have occurred. Authorities are investigating how the boy might have been connected to the battle, but so far they have been unable to identify him. And that's it. They haven't identified him, but with all the evidence we have, well, I guess Mark got the last laugh in the end. Those Jaegers got burned out there. He didn't come back for Amy, and I think that just about closes the case. You know, he did good for some boy in over his head. I guess that's it then. He's gone. Simon, were you listening in on us? Yeah, just that bit at the end. I kinda already knew, but yeah. I had to know for sure as his old friend. Yeah. But do I tell Amy? It's the thing. I don't know what to do. What do you guys think? Mark made up that lie for you to tell her, right? Yeah, anything to keep her happy, but this is gonna break her heart either way. Do I tell her the truth or do I honor Mark's last request? We'll think on that for you. Once we loop back with her, we'll tell her what we think is right. Thanks, that'd be a weight off my shoulders. I gotta head out. Take care of Amy, yeah? So, what will you tell her? Let me think on that for a bit. Not an easy decision to make. We've got time to think while we head over to her, at least.
Off we go!
A droplet of paradise can intoxicate more than the sweetest of wines. Discover the inebriating world of show business.
Did you see? There's a new movie. Hey!
It was fast. I didn't expect to see you guys again so soon. Does that mean you found some kind of lead on Mark? It's okay if it's nothing big. I'll take anything you have. I want to know. Then, what should we say? I know. I'm just trying to figure out how to put it. Give me a sec. I can either respect Amy's wishes here and give her the cold hard truth, or I can respect Mark's wishes and cover it up so she doesn't go on mourning him. Either way, she's not getting out of this conversation unscathed. Nicht mit Mikrofon schmusen. I have to decide what's ultimately best and stick with it. Willst du meine Kabel in Ruhe lassen? Wahrheit. I'm gonna give it to her straight. She's the client, after all. Well, a friend of Mark's gave us a letter that he wrote. You should read it first. Then we'll tell you what happened to Mark. His handwriting. It's definitely his. Hast du denn gesehen? Was dir keiner glauben will. It says he wrote this the night before he left for work. After reading the letter, Amy was left in tears, at which point Van divulged what he read in the online news article. Mark sounded so confident that everything was going to be okay. I completely believed him. I knew it wasn't going to be easy for him to leave the gang, but why? Why did I tell him we could get married if he cut ties with them? If I hadn't said that I'm sorry you had to see all that. I'm okay now. Thank you for delivering the letter to me and uncovering all of that. I'll be forever grateful to the two of you. Das Schwein, ich hatte vor 2 oder 3 Mal in dem Kampf, hast du ja gesehen, CP plus in Folge. Also, kann passieren. RNG bleibt immer RNG. Wish we had happier news to give you. But that's how it goes in this line of work sometimes. Yes, I understand. Can I ask you for one more thing? What is it? Will you guys help me get revenge on Almada? I'll do whatever I can, whatever you ask. I'll give you as much money as you need. Just, please. It can't end like this. If you're not just talking and are willing to put your money where your mouth is, then sure, I'll consider it. You will? You'd do that for me? Of course, money buys you lots of stuff from a Spriggan, but you really think that's the best way to honor your boyfriend's memory? You might not want to hear this, but now that you know as much as you do, you have a certain responsibility to carry out. I do? What are you talking about? Ark loved you so much, he tried to quit his gang so he could live legit with you. All he probably ever wanted was to lead a normal, happy life without dragging you into the underworld. He risked his life to make that happen and paid the price. Do you think going out and getting your hands dirty is going to bring any happiness? I understand how you think you can't forgive yourself for what you said, but Mark was trying to protect you too. Try not to forget that. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. The last thing I want to do is disrespect his feelings. I might have been a little presumptuous with what I said too. I could have worded that better. I'll keep my opinions to myself from here on. All I say is, you should really think carefully about how you want to proceed. Right. Thank you. It was really short-sighted of me to say that, so I'm going to sit down and really process my feelings after this. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave now. Thank you again, both of you, and take care.
All in a day's work. Reward deposited.
Ja, das ist doch eine schöne Nummer. 4,5-facher Schaden. Wunderschöne Nummer.
Then let's head over.
Du warst im Mikro. Leg dich wieder hin. Hm? Ich verschieb mir jetzt das Mikro. Before long, everyone was gathered in front of the garage and ready to go. So, the Memorial Park is a place people from the capital go to relax. That's right, whole families sometimes go there for picnics, for example. It's also popular for couples going on dates, since it's split into multiple areas, each with their own natural charm. That sounds like a perfect place to do some combat drills. One track mind there. Morph here never changes. It's within walking distance if you really want to go that way, but most people just head there by a car or bus. It's about 30 minutes from here in the car. Kind of a trek, but I guess we've got no choice. Let's see what this pickup of yours is like to ride. Oh, that's right. This will be your first time in Van's car. You better not get her dirty, Bangas. Little late for that. Poor thing probably stinks of old man musk after years of carrying you around. I'm gonna murder you someday, you little shit.
Oh, excuse me. Wait, this number belongs to... Hello? Yes, I'm glad you called, actually. I'm afraid I might be back a little late today, you see. What? From my family? But I'm about to...
Well, I'm not going to force you to come back. It's all up to you.
Message received. I'm on my way. Yes, of course. Goodbye for now, then. I'm so sorry. Something important's come up that I really need to take care of.
What's the short skills? Don't sweat it. Go do whatever you gotta do. The rest of us can handle a few stray
I'm sure you can, but please be careful. Again, my apologies. I'll make my way back to the office as soon as I'm done.
Huh? What was that all about? Agnes doesn't usually lose her composure like that. Just let her do her thing. We'll get our job done and be back here by this evening. It's such a shame Agnes got called away. I was really hoping this would be our first 4 SPG as a team of 4. If school, or in this case family, comes knocking, there ain't much she can do about it. Fallouts come with the territory, part-time jobs. You know, there's something fishy with that girl, and I don't just mean the Genesis stuff. What are you talking about? I think her whole backstory might be made up. Epstein's like mega famous. Dude invented the orb vent. Is she really related to a big shot like him? Also, her last name, Ordell, is totally made up. What? You really think so? Man, you really are sharp. I don't think she pulled the name out of her head though. Every time she introduces herself, she seems proud but also a little guilty. So I'm thinking it's her mother's maiden name or something. Huh? We saw right through her too, huh? Anyway, there's no reason to use a fake name unless the real one's worth hiding. If I had to bet, I'd say it's actually... Wait just a minute. I'm having trouble keeping up here. But if Agnes is keeping this secret from us, she must have a reason. I don't think we should be prying. Come on, small fry. I know deep down you want to find out too. You want to understand why she'd hide stuff from the people she claims are her friends. Well, Maybe people calling you the prodigy of Langport was just a fluke. Someone with that rep would know better than to gossip about a teenager when they ain't even around. Everyone's got a secret or two they don't want to share, even with folks they call their friends. Leaving home must have turned you into a real small-minded man if you can't understand that. Alright. I was just being a bit childish. In the end, she's just another teenage girl, so I guess it doesn't really matter who she is or where she's from. But if she's supposed to be watching my back in battle, I at least want to know how serious she is about all this. I suspect the answer to that is more than any of us. Yeah, I'm with you there. She doesn't know diddly about combat compared to the rest of us, yet she still chooses to fight alongside us. In this short time, she's already faced a lifetime's worth of danger cause of it, too. Say, this ride of yours ain't half bad after all. But can't this tin can go any faster? You're not getting any younger here. Cut the crap or I'm leaving you on the side of the road. Yeah, still fresh out here. Huh. Never would have figured they'd have a green patch like this right next to the capital. Looks empty though. Where are all the people? Seems like they've had that place closed off since yesterday due to the whole monster problem. Otherwise there'd be a pile of buses and people right in front of us. Hey, you're right. It really is closed. They should know we're coming. Let's have a chat with the ranger. Wir nähern uns um 9, also werde ich hier für heute definitiv Schluss machen.